Hey guys, something a bit different today. We're just going to be doing a hike. We're going to do a section of the Lavender Federation Trail from Tungkillo, which is where I am now. And we're going to be heading up to Mount Beevor, which is out near Harrogate. So, I mean, the full trail is 300 odd kilometres, I think. But yeah, we're obviously just doing a section. Just after lunch now, it's about 2:30. Yeah, we're going to be heading from here in Tungkillo, just basically crossroads of the road that goes out to Mannum. Yeah, we're heading down to Mount Beevor, so which is this section here. Should be a good little walk. We'll get started and we'll see how we go on it. A lot of it's just going to be walking on the road and stuff here, but it's going to duck into paddocks and whatnot. There's a section along Baker Creek. Should be good. See how we go. I'm expecting it to take maybe 5 hours or so, depending on my walking speed, how hilly it is. Yeah, I'll bring you in periodically. So definitely kind of just winging this. But these are the trail markers going to be looking for as we go along. Yeah, I don't know much of the history behind the Lavender Trail. I regularly hike the Mount Beevor to Diggers Rest, or vice versa, Diggers Rest to Mount Beevor spur trail, which is where I have left my vehicle today and then been dropped off out here at Tungkillo. But I love the countryside out here. It's pretty much moss rock country. I mean, that's what I grew up calling it anyway. It's kind of like the back of the Adelaide Hills, or the eastern side of the Adelaide Hills facing out to the Murraylands, which is out that way. It's just nice. It's very open and grazed, but I don't know, I have a nostalgia for it. So we're going to be following this dirt road here for a bit, right out over the ridge there. Yeah. Alright, see you in a bit. There's going to be just a lot of random ramblings in this video, but these big old reflector posts you don't see too many of these days. Most of them now are the flexible, the ones that kind of just fold over if you run them over. But bring back fond memories of high school, driving my mate home from school one day, not too far from here, similar sort of dirt road. Came around a big sweeping bend, thinking I was a hero in my XF Falcon, and yeah, obviously ran out of talent right quick and nailed one of those square in the front end, right on the badge on the bonnet, and yeah, stoved it in pretty good. Ended up putting the car in a ditch and had to get towed out by a grader that was nearby. Pretty sure that was my first car accident. Yeah, it's funny how you see little things like that and it reminds you of that sort of time in your life. Obviously I'm a lot more sensible these days, and I have a big old bull bar on the front of a very large car now, so yeah, good times. I have a lot of nostalgia about these sort of areas. It's the Adelaide to, or the Mannum to Adelaide pipeline out there in the distance, heading out towards Mannum. Carrying on. So just bringing you back in, just going to climb up on this little rocky outcrop on the side of the road. Can actually show you our destination from here. So So we're following the road at the moment. But way out there, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is that one. It's Mount Beevor out there, on the backside of that ridgeline with the antennas and stuff. There's a whole heap of like cell phone towers and whatnot up there, and it sounds really industrialized and stuff, but I kind of like these sort of areas. You never see anyone around, apart from the odd farmer when you're wandering along the trail where it goes to their property. But yeah, it's peaceful. Get up in the breeze. It is an absolutely cracking day today. It's like mid-20s. Obviously, big blue sky. You honestly couldn't want anything better for going for a hike. Yeah, really cool that you can see it off in the distance, and I'll obviously keep you updated as it gets closer and closer. Amazing countryside out here. Kind of looks like we have a trail marker up here asking us to go over the fence, but there isn't a ladder to go over, so I'm not going to try and do that. I do have a file on Google Earth if I need to take any detours or whatnot, but potentially it's going to be, I can see like a fence line or a road up here that goes off to the right, so potentially it's going to be up there that we're turning. Alright, keep wandering along. Alrighty, we're turning into Hode's Woolshed Road. Heading down this way, it'll go down to Baker's Creek, and then we'll head south along the creek line, I believe. I'd have to do some more research on it, but Hode must be a kind of like a heritage family name in this area. There's a few roads around the place. Hode's Quarry Road is another one that springs to mind, which runs between Harrogate Road and Tungkillo Road. Yeah, there must be like an old family in the area. I could probably research it, but I'll bring you back in when we're down at the creek line. A few locals getting around. Some of these gum trees are just magnificent. That one's huge. Looking really healthy too. Some back here. Has seen some shit, that guy. I figure they are river red gums. Certainly no tree expert. Eucalyptus cameldensis. Glorious trees in any case. So I guess you could say these trees have been here a while, and these fences maybe even longer. That is, I don't know if that's been like carved out of the tree maybe. Yeah, using the tree itself as the fence. Same on this side. Crazy stuff. The wires actually go into and around that tree, or that bit of wood in there. It's a big old tree. do have a propensity for just dropping limbs, gum trees. It's been a really nice stretch of dirt road actually. Just lined by the gum trees, a few cockies around. Really nice and peaceful. Alrighty, so we've reached the Bakers Creek floodway here. I actually know this spot. I've been down here before. There's a really nice pool in the creek just on the property on this side of the road. On the, sorry, you can't see my finger. On that side of the road, just around the bend here. It's full of turtles and stuff. I have investigated it for potential fishing purposes in the past. Not why we're here today. I can see the ladder over the fence up here, so we're just going to come up here, and then yeah, the trail goes out along that way. Guess there's been other walkers here. I can see footprints in the gravel. Alright, so here's where we're going to step off the dirt road for a bit. And yeah, sign says walkers follow fence. So I guess we're going along that way. There is a gate on the other side of the creek. I mean, this is technically a biking trail, so I guess there might be a trail along the actual creek line itself. But there was also a sign on an older, dilapidated gate saying riders please register at Homestead. So we'll do the right thing. I'm going to follow the fence line here. Kind of hope it encounters the creek at some point, because it did look like there was some water down there. And yeah. Might even be a wallaroo, that guy. He's got some pretty sizable ears on him. Where'd it go? Must have moved when I wasn't looking. Could have sworn it was down there in the shade. Been patches of water here in the creek, here and there. Pretty dry through this section though. Sulphur-crested cockatoo up there. Plenty of those around this area. Noisy buggers too when they want to be. As you can probably hear in the background. Looks like a little bit of a re-veg area along the creek in this section. It's obviously a planted section of gum trees here. See, there is some water here and there in the creek. It's definitely not flowing at the moment though, pretty stagnant. Really nice creek though. But yeah, we will continue along the fence. Alrighty, well, just come up out of this little feeder creek valley. The main Baker's Creek runs along down there into this next paddock and out that way. The trail, however, continues up this valley a bit. We're on the south side of the valley, heading west, I guess. Vaguely west. See where it takes us from here. Alright, so I've just put up a seat here in the shade. Just gonna have a drink of water. I've been driving, certainly not driving. Been walking for about an hour now, so I'm not route tracking or anything. I'm just basically playing it by ear, watching for the signs, following the fence where it says follow the fence, and hopping over them when there's a ladder. Yeah, I figure I'm like 5 or so k's into this 19k trek, 20 k's if we're talking all the way to the Mount Beevor summit, which I hope to do. It's about 3:30. Yeah, it looks like we've got some ruins coming up, provided that the trail follows the fence around up here. It looks like there's actually a road over here. So you got the ruins over there. But yeah, I can see a road sign there. So this potentially is Blackheath Road, I think. I'll have a look at the map. I'll have a look at the map proper in a moment. Yeah, just gonna have a quick drink of water. I'd give you a gear rundown of what I bring with me on these hikes, but I really don't bring much. Essentially just wearing denim jeans and boots. It seems an odd choice for hiking like this, but I find just wearing the leather boots, these are just, you know, Chelsea boots, stops getting like the prickles and stuff. You can see how many grass seeds and stuff. These are just weedy paddocks at the end of the day. It stops you getting like seeds and prickles and burrs and stuff stuck in your socks. And that goes with the jeans too. They really don't pick up prickles, and they cover the tops of the boots, so I'm not getting shit in them. Stuff in them, sorry, probably shouldn't be swearing. In my bag here, again, I don't have much. This is just the fishing satchel that I normally wear if I'm out fishing. And I've just got 2.5 litres of water, some sunscreen, and I got a head torch just in case. Yeah, just in case it gets dark before I actually finish tonight, which is a possibility. It's hard to know exactly what pace I can keep for the whole trek, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, we're still just walking up this Feeder Creek Valley. Sheep doing their thing over there. Yeah, just working our way up this Feeder Creek Valley. Then we'll hit Blackheath Road, and I'm pretty sure we go left along Blackheath Road, but I could be wrong. So, like, that way. But we'll see. Alright, bring you back on the moving again. Alright, so my geography is pretty poor, but, you know, in the ballpark. So this road coming up here is Collins Road. I believe we're going to hop over and follow this down to Blackheath Road. So we're going to be back on the dirt road for a bit. And yeah, so pretty much heading directly south now along Blackheath Road. Just confirm that momentarily. Yep. Through this long grass here. Despite all the warnings of Jurassic Park in my youth, don't go in the long grass. Looking right, looking left, away we go. A bit of a hill to walk up here, and it's pretty windy along here, so I probably won't film too much because I'll be breathing like a wounded rhino, but that's right. I'll certainly bring you in if we see anything interesting. More of these big old reflector poles here. Alright, let's keep on trucking. So we've had a minor emergency. I picked up another little rosella feather, but I've lost my owl feathers off my hat. It's not the end of the world. I got plenty more at home. Just gonna have to make up a new set. Yeah, a little bit devastating. Those ones have been with me for a while now. Serves me right for wearing them in the wind. I did actually pick up a nice wedge-tail eagle feather. I mean, it was a bit tattered and stuff. Up at Mount Beevor yesterday, up near the summit. There's a whole heap of like very old sheep kills up there. But yeah, found a nice wedge-tail eagle up there. Not eagle, wedge-tail eagle feather up there. So got 2 of those now, so maybe I'll try and work out a way to get those in the hat. They're pretty big, pretty flamboyant, which isn't really my style, but we'll see. These things happen. Feathers have been returned to nature, and I'll have to make up a new set. Life goes on. So I do apologise. I know the wind is going to suck on the video, but gee, it feels good. Get outdoors, people. I think it's the best thing you can do. So I don't know if you can hear it on the camera over the wind, but those transmission lines are really fizzing away. Definite crackle coming off of those bad boys. Just coming into a creek crossing here on a Collins Road. There's a crazy little old bridge down here. I'm wondering if there'll be a historical plaque or something for it. Decent little pool of water down there. I mean, looks like it's just been left to the ages, I guess. Have a look at it, since it's right here on the side of the road. All the water down there, pretty skanky looking water. There is a, you can see where it's been constructed here. Definitely not game enough to walk across that, but yeah, cool nonetheless. And obviously you've got that modern day road. There is actually an abutment on this side, isn't there? Yeah, properly constructed abutment on this side, and kind of just like the rock outcrop on that side. Kind of cool. Cows are a bit concerned about my presence. Oh, hello. Oh, carry on. You can stay down there. Oh, see you later. Oh, just chilling in the tunnel. I suppose it's cool down there, isn't it? Huh. There is actually some fish in the creek down here. They'd be gambusia. They certainly wouldn't be natives. A little bit unexpected. I would have thought the creek would be too ephemeral for mosquito fish to be around. So they're Gambusia holbrooki, and they are absolutely rampant in the Adelaide Hills here. They've pretty much replaced most of the native species. You still get like Galaxius elatus and stuff around, which is the mountain Galaxius, and then the Galaxius maculatus, the common Galaxius. But yeah, for the most part, Gambusia have displaced natives in a lot of the creeks up here. Right halfway along Collins Road, still heading towards Blackheath Road. Looking at the map, we're about halfway between Tungkillo and Blackheath Road. Between Tungkillo and Mount Beevor, as the crow flies. The track, obviously, well, the walking trail obviously is in a direct straight line, so it's a little bit hard to gauge how far along we are. But you know, been walking for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 now. So we're probably approaching the halfway point as well by foot. Here we are at Blackheath Road. We'll be going up the hill here. Tell how little rain there's been in this area. Not a lot of water in that dam there. Anyway, going this way. So I've never actually lived in this area, but if you recall from earlier in the video, I mentioned pranging my first car, the XF Falcon. That was on this road back in my high school days. So what, 20 years ago now? Yeah, really like this area, and always have, always will. Alright, I'm going to have to put you down again because I'm going to be breathing heavy again walking up this hill. Just noticed a whole little group of western grey kangaroos up here. Oh, see you later guys. A little bit camera shy. Alrighty, so we diverged from Blackheath Road in the cycling version of this trail back up that way. Just been following down this road. And we got a fence hop down here. But yeah, this is taking us down back to the other side of the substation where, so I walked under the power lines a little bit earlier in the video, said they were crackling good and proper, and they go into a substation just down here and then pop out again and continue that way. What's the road called for those of you playing along at home? Electronet Road. So yeah, we are diverged pretty substantially from the cycling trail, and it looks like we're going back into a paddock again now. It's probably going to say walkers follow fence, like all the others have. Yep. So we'll be doing just that. So looks like we're heading back down towards the creek line that we crossed on Collins Road a little while back. Whether we go right down to it or not, I don't know. Hoping there's a sign on this fence post. I figure there will be. Just gets to duck around the corner and follow the fence, but you can see the creek down there. Whoops, down there. Nice little bit of water down there actually. Be probably a nicer hike in the winter actually, when there's a bit more water pushing through the creek there. There'll be a lot of waterfalls and stuff. Walkers follow fence. Still heading down towards the creek though, so see what happens. Here's where we're just going to cross the creek and then head back up and to the right along the ridge line on the other side. Drive through this section, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I guess, so I can actually walk across it. Alright. Up the hill we go. Definitely into some proper rocky country now. Actually looked like quite a nice little patch of re-veg going on through there. It could actually be someone's house block. I can see a house down there that they've been revegetating. Kind of like this terrain, honestly. It's open and grazed, but kangaroos off in the distance. Really nice place to just walk. guess we're following the fence around still. Zigzagging around all over the place at the moment. Certainly not an efficient route, but I guess that's not the point of these hikes, really, is it? They're kind of here to let you see some areas that you might not otherwise see driving around on the road. Follow fence. We will continue to follow the fence. Of slight concern is the fact that we're getting further and further away from the cycling trail at the moment. So I might actually just pull up here in the shade, have a drink, and check the map and make sure I haven't gone too far astray. Alright, so I needn't have worried. This section of the track kind of jinks out back east, runs from Blackheath Road to Brinkworth Road, then goes south for a bit along Brinkworth Road, and then jags back west again, crosses back over Blackheath Road, and then heads up to Mount Beevor. So we're still on the right track, we're doing it right. Needn't have worried. So yeah, we're just going to keep following this for the time being. Again, still in this nice, you can see why I call it moss rocks anyway, although technically I guess it's not moss, it's lichen all over them, but yeah, nice terrain all the same. Pretty good example of what a mob of sheep will do to a paddock. I mean, this is just topsoil and shit is what this is. There's not a whole lot of anything growing here at all. In amongst the rocks, you can see the sheep are down there at the moment. Nice views from up here though. Almost at Brinkworth Road. Figure this is the property that I own, well, the house for this property. Kind of a nice house actually. And then way out to, like, I presume it's the Riverland and stuff out there. Still heading east. Way out there. Yeah. Apart from the grazing damage to the land, it's still a nice place to wander around in. So I'm a little surprised I haven't seen more of these guys today, but here we go. Had to find one eventually, hey? How you doing, bud? Yeah, I know you don't really like the camera, do you? Hey? Not really about it. Very handsome tongue you got going on there. I'm going to leave you be. We're just reaching Brinkworth Road now. Breeze is actually getting quite cool now in the late afternoon. Well after 4 o'clock, probably pushing on towards 5 o'clock now. Didn't actually check the time when I picked up the phone. Do apologise if the wind noise is coming through on the camera. Not much I can do about it. Yeah, so I'm going to duck out here, get on the road and head south for a bit. So I've been keeping an eye out for this since I saw it at Warren Conservation Park yesterday. This is wild cotton, and there's a fair bit of it growing along the roadside here. And I figure it's a host plant to monarch butterflies, because the one I saw at Warren had heaps of monarchs and heaps of caterpillars all over it. And I've been wanting to just get it on film because they're pretty cool looking caterpillars. But I haven't actually seen any caterpillars yet on all the plants here, but I finally found one that's got a few on it. So we're gonna have a look. So, yeah. How cool is that? So it's the caterpillar of the monarch butterfly. Another one up here. Just a really cool caterpillar. I actually don't know if this is a native plant or not. It looks kind of weedy. I think it's probably not native, but either way, the caterpillars seem to like it. And they're an awesome looking caterpillar. So glad I was able to show you that. As I say, there's a heap of the wild cotton on the roadside here. I saw one bit earlier on at Tungkillo. Also didn't have any caterpillars on it. We are under the transmission lines again. Kind of just zigzagging along their route at the moment. Still got glorious blue skies. I said it earlier, but it's a lovely day for a hike. Alrighty, so about to hop back into the paddock sort of train again now. Just finished walking up from down there behind me. I don't even know what road this is. It doesn't have a street sign on it at all. Obviously I've come up Brentworth Road, but I don't know what this one that goes out east is. We're going to be heading along the fence line there. I come about 13.5k. I've been walking for about 3 hours now, so speed's not too bad. Averaging 4k's now, thereabouts. Figure we've still got 6 or 7 to go, depending on how accurate my phone is, obviously, to get to Mount Beevor summit. Probably got 2 hours of light left. Getting towards the end of daylight savings. I haven't checked the sunset time, but I figure it's around 7:30. Yeah, so 5:30 now, obviously. Might check back in when we get to the top of this hill. Might have a view out towards Mount Beevor from up there, but we'll see. We're still feel like we're tucked down in the valleys a bit here and might not be able to see over the various ridge lines. Always got company when there's cows around. It's almost like a game of stops, like stop, stop, go, whatever you want to call it. Go, go, stop. You turn around and they all come running towards you. Everyone in the herd looking at what I'm doing. It's exactly the same when you're fishing too. Trying to be stealthy. There's cows around. Don't even think about it. They're all looking at you. They all follow you. I like cows. Cows are cool. Alright. Feeling pretty gassed at the moment, but said I'd check in at the top of the hill, and I am. We can indeed see Mount Beevor from here, so definitely closer than we were, thankfully. Mount Beevor over there. We've still got to go downhill a fair way here and cross over Blackheath Road again, and then I'm hoping it's a gradual incline up, to be honest. Sorry, it's going to be really windy here again. I'm hoping it'll be a gradual incline up the ridge line to Mount Beevor, because the access up from Diggers Rest on the other side is quite steep. Thankfully we'll be going down that tonight, because yeah, I mean, it's not awful, it's just short and steep, but yeah, just we're still following the fence, obviously. Blackheath Road is going to be down there somewhere, and then we're going to be working our way up there. Carrying on. I hate these things. They're awful weeds and they're spiky as, particularly when you're pushing through them for fishing. But I mean, you can't deny that the flowers look kind of cool. I'm pretty sure they're called like an artichoke thistle or something like that. As I say, awful weeds, but lovely flowers. I can see Blackheath Road in the distance down there, so not too far from the road crossing. When we get down there I might take a quick breather, get some water in me before we start the climb up. Whew, it's a bit of a mission, so we're back at Blackheath Road. Going to be shooting down that way, I believe. Yeah, that gate's padlocked, so we're not going through there. So yeah, the cycling trail goes that way, but I'm pretty sure the walking trail goes down there. Fendler's Road looks like what it's called. I will double check the map. Yeah, I'm going to take a quick breather, get some water in me before we attempt this last leg. Alrighty, I'll come back to you. Alrighty, so just checking in with all trails on what I've got left. I got 3Ks left, so that's not so bad. It's alright. We do, however, have 100 metres of elevation gain in that 3 kilometres. So yeah, there's a couple of sections there where it's like a 10-11% grade, so that's going to kind of suck a little bit, but that's alright, we'll get there. So yeah, we're currently at 379 metres elevation, and we drop down a little bit and then go back up to like 482 metres elevation at Mount Beevor. So yeah, I guess we'll get cracking again. I'm actually feeling pretty good after, you know, walked 16 kilometres so far. You know, I'm certainly not wearing hiking shoes, so to speak. They're literally just Chelsea boots, but yeah, feeling alright. It's been kind of a nice walk, honestly. As I say, you kind of got to like this terrain to want to be out here. It's pretty bland otherwise, but yeah. Alright, we're going to get cracking on this last leg, and yeah, we'll come back to you. getting closer, slowly. I think I actually managed to miss a hop over the fence point. So I'm just backtracking a little bit. I got to the end of the road here and it just ended in a gate. And some dudes like caravan and that. I don't really want to go wandering onto private property where I'm not supposed to. I'm okay with doing it when I'm on a walking trail that's signposted, but I can get up to the summit that way, but I don't want to do it if I'm not supposed to. Trying to stick to the proper track here. I feel like I'm supposed to follow this fence line like over there, ducks through the creek, and then like goes up that way. I think I'm supposed to follow that up to the ridge line. But I don't have a an overlay of the actual track onto like a live Google Maps, so it's a bit painful. It's kind of a little bit of interpretation here, but what is most likely is that I just missed a hop over point while I wasn't paying attention. Because yeah, looking at Google Maps, I can see where I'm supposed to meet. Oh yeah, I can see it up there, and I just missed it. I can see the sign on the side of the road there. So I figure there's a hop over point up here. I can see it, the steps over the fence with the holding pole. Lucky I only went 2 minutes further on. Gee, this could be a fun step over. Oh, at least they got some pipe on the electric fence there, although I slid along a little bit. Alright, over we go. Alright, back on track. Up the hill. Going to be working our way up to the ridge line up there, and then over to Mount Beevor. Hopefully we get up there before sunset. Technically the 19k point is the top of the spur from Digger's Rest, which is where my car's parked at the bottom of the spur trail. So, you know, if it's getting too dark or miserable, I can always go down to the car from there. But I figure we've come this far. I may as well try and go the whole distance, right? It'd be a bit of a cop-out to sort of bail out when we're 2k's from the summit. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Alright, next fence crossing coming up. See the sun's starting to get down. Still getting closer. I can still see the peak over there. I did just spook off a big European hare, which are a feral animal in this part of the world, but they are fast. Took off like a bat out of hell. Just appeared, like spawned in the grass under the tree over there, and then took off around here and then down along the fence line. See you later. and over. Say walkers foot the fence. Did say walkers foot the fence. Alright. Keep on climbing. Absolute quality views from up here. Mount Beevor's even better because you can see down the western side of the range. Amazing views in this little valley down here. Kangaroos down there. Sorry, I'm breathing real heavy, but it's just trying to push this last bit of the hike out. You can see my next fence crossing up there. And on the outside we've done probably over half the elevation gain now, so the rest is just following this ridge line around basically. A little bit of a climb at the end up to where the phone towers are. Alright, I'll come back to you. So just hop that fence there. We do need to follow the fence line here. It goes out that way, straight into the sun, sorry. But you can actually see an old track running straight across the paddock here. You can just see the mark there. Literally a straight line from this point over to there. So yeah, that's interesting. But I think if I follow that, I'll be on the wrong side of the fence to hop it up there. And it's all electric here for the sheep. So we're just going to follow the fence line, and it's probably a slightly easier grade to work with too, rather than going sort of up and then down into that valley and then directly back up the slope. This one kind of works around the valley a little bit, although it does go up that hill at the top, which is a bit painful, but you know, you get that. All trails actually seems to indicate that you do this track in the other direction. So you would start, I guess you'd park at the where I'm parked, hike from Digger's Rest up the spur, and then head to Tungkillo from there, and then out north from Tungkillo, which I guess makes sense because you don't have this big sort of climb at the end. You're all just basically downhill the whole way. Oh, you know what that line straight across might be actually? It might actually be a phone cable. I can see the sign out there, or a pipeline maybe. basically a dial before you dig sign there, so that's probably the evidence of the trench that it's buried in, that you can see going across the paddock there. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Alright, I'm going to chase these sheep around the paddock for a bit and I'll bring you back in. Right, well, I feel like we have pretty much the same elevation as Mount Beevor over there now. We're going to go downhill for a bit from here, down along the fence line here, and then over to where you can see that trap down there. But yeah, already great views up here. It's Mount Barker out that way. Out this way, so you can see the silos way off in the distance down there. They're at just on the Murray side of Palmer, I think. I believe it's called Palomana, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, and the Murray's way out beyond that, and home way out beyond that, somewhere roughly in that direction. Yeah, I'm going to keep wandering along. I'm not sure what the clarity is going to be like when we get up there, but on a good day you can actually see like Lake Alexandrina and Mount Lofty and everything as well. So I'm sorry it's windy, there's going to be wind noise, there's not much I can do about it. We're on top of a hill here, so yeah, I really like it up here. It's just, it just feels super peaceful. Alrighty, so this is the top of the spur trail from Digger's Rest. So Digger's Rest is down that way. Cars parked about at the bottom of this hill here, so about 1 kilometre down there. Yeah, there we go. So we've come from over that way anyway. Yeah, so I mean technically I could call it here. I've done the All Trails trail, hit the 19k point from Tungkillo. As I say, we've still got a bit of light left here, so and it would be a shame not to continue the last couple of k's, or k and a half maybe, up to Mount Beevor summit over that way. So we're going to do that, and I'll finish the video once we get up there, because I have to go back down there and I'll just be doubling over what we've already covered basically. I mean, there's not a whole lot down at Digger's Rest to really show you. It's literally just a little turnaround off the side of Harrogate Road, with just a couple of signs, kind of like what's on the fence there, and yeah. So we can basically follow this farm track, or like fire trail now, all the way to the summit. Follows the ridge line, it's not too much up and down. Yeah. Getting a bit chilly now actually. Almost wish I had a jumper with me, but I'm still sweating, obviously moving. Wedge-tailed eagle up there. Just cruising through, obviously got places to be. Maggies don't really like him being around. Reinforcements inbound. First one I've seen up here actually. I mentioned earlier in the video that I found a feather up here yesterday, but yeah, first actual eagle I've seen up here. Maggies hate it. We're almost there. We're getting there. Just following this ridge line around. Still got a bit of light. Still got a bit of light. We're going to get up there before it's dark. So interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure this is a dividing sort of line between two catchments. I think everything like water catchments. So down here on my right where Harrogate is, I'm pretty sure that is the Bremer River catchment down there and all the creeks that flow into that. And then on this side, on my left, I'm pretty sure everything down there goes into like the Reedy Creek catchment, or you know, the Murray River catchment. Yeah, pretty sure that's the case. I'd have to double check the map. I know where we were much earlier on, like Baker's Creek and stuff, that's all in like the Reedy Creek sort of area. Yeah, so just for reference, Bremer River dumps into Lake Alexandrina and Reedy Creek dumps into the Murray River directly around Mannum. Just one of those cool places where you have a division between catchments. I could be wrong there. Left side could still be in Bremer catchment, but it seems unlikely looking at the terrain. It's kind of like when you go to Lenswood and you've got one side of the hill is Fox Creek, which is the Torrens River catchment, and the other side of the hill is Cockwash Creek, which is the Onkaparinga catchment. Just dumb facts. Dumb, interesting, yeah. Another fence up here. I think I'll probably bring you back in when we're almost at the summit. Well, I'd just like to say that we've pretty much made it. We've just beat the sun, as you can see behind me in the shadows, and we're just on the last little climb up to the summit. I know a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, well, this isn't very natural, it's not very nice. There's a whole bunch of modern day cell phone towers and antennas and such up here. But I don't know, I kind of like it, honestly. It's kind of like, I'm a guy obviously, and I grew up in the late 90s and early 2000s and playing computer games and whatnot. It's almost like that feeling like when you come up to a radio tower in a video game and then you unlock a whole new section of map. It's very much like that, and there's a reason these sort of antennas and towers get put in places like this, and it's because of the commanding nature of the position. Essentially, you can got 360-degree views all around here. You get a better idea once we get to the top. But yeah, and it really just puts into perspective where you are in the landscape, and I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's really hard to describe. But like the Warren Fire Tower at Warren Conservation Park is another example of this. You come out of the beautiful natural beauty of the park, walk up through this open grazed sheep paddock to a big old fire tower sitting on top, but you can just see everything, and it's, yeah, it's got its own sort of beauty, you know. I mean, what is there not to like about a view like that? Almost there. Excuse my breathing. I'll just do this in one take. So it's just gone 7 o'clock. Probably 7:15 now. So that's bunny rabbit. Call that 5 hours of walking. Yeah. Mount Beevor summit, elevation 505 metres. I never realised that. Named after Captain Beevor, an early explorer in the area who later moved to Port Lincoln on the west coast of Australia. He is a smart man, that is what I'm trying to do at the moment. Move out to Port Lincoln. But anyway, that's beside the point. So to the north you've got Wirrawurra Peaks in the Barossa Range, 43 kilometres. So that's going to be those guys way out there. To the east, you got the River Murray. I don't know that we're going to be able to see it. Oh, maybe. Who knows? You got the moonrise out there as well. The moon. Murray Valley. It's cockatoos flying in the valley down there. In the south you got the Coorong National Park. As on a clear day you can actually see Lake Alexandrina from here, but I don't think, maybe just the edge of it way out there. Camera might not pick it up. Way out there somewhere on the edge of vision. Out here through the telephone wires and such, but pretend they're not there. You got Mount Barker Summit, Mount Barker I should say. Pointed that out before, and we might not be able to see it because I think it's going to be just about directly into the sun. There we go. So you got Mount Lofty out here, Mount Lofty over there. You see the 3 radio towers. The summit is like the left hand side of that saddle. It used to be a little bit more pointy, but it's got a flat top these days with the car park and restaurant and such. But yeah, just beat the sun. I think I'll sit up here and watch the sunset, drink some water, and yeah. Alright guys, it's getting cold up here now, so yeah, thanks for watching that. If you stuck with us through the whole way through, it's probably going to be a bit over an hour this video, I would suggest. I don't know any fancy editing, it just smashed it all together, but yeah. I guess we'll see you next time. Hooray.